Hello, Leo. Elsie here to drop some cards for a weekly read. How you doing, Leo? Thank you so much for clicking here. I appreciate you. I am here to give you, my friend, a 9-card read, and we're going to find out what is going on for you. This is for Leo, not only sun signs, but sun, moon, rising, Venus, and Jupiter signs. Let's find out what's going on for you in this 9-card draw, and then at the end of all of this, I will tell you how to find your extended reading if you're interested. I'll also talk to you about a sale that I have on right now that is on my private reads. Let's find out what is going on with Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Leo. We have the Death card. We have the Ace of Wands. Something exciting is about to transform. Something exciting is about to change. I feel like you came through the end of a cycle where you didn't feel like enough, or you weren't making enough, or it feels like a cycle of lack. And I think that cycle of lack is over. Because going forward from there, when something ends, something should begin. Always. That's the only reason for anything to end. And the Ace of Wands is here. Something exciting is about to begin. Tell me about this. We've got the Ace of Cups. Okay, well, let's find out what the Ace of Cups means, because it means many things, right? It means emotional things. It doesn't always mean love, friends. It doesn't always mean love. But if that's your lens today, maybe it could mean that to you. But it does mean something in the heart space. Maybe your heart space is expanding. It could be something that makes you emotionally excited. Let's find out what else is going on here. We've got the Chariot. We've got the 8 of Wands. Yeah, something here is about to move super quick here. Super quick, because the 8 of Wands is the velocity of moving forward. And then we've got the Chariot here. You know what? I feel like you learned something in the last chapter of your life, or the last cycle before it came to an end. It feels like the Chariot tells me that you've disciplined something. It feels like you've disciplined your fire, that possibly you are not just like just throwing it around. It feels like you have a purpose now, like you're pointing your fire at something. Do you know what I mean? Like it feels like you're using it in a way that powers you through or pushes you through to the future here. We've got the Fool energy. It's pushing you through or powering you through to a new chapter in your life, a place where you will be excited, fiery, emotionally happy or excited. Tell me more. We have the 6 of Pentacles. We have the 8 of Cups. When I put these two down here, I heard Charlie say pulling away from the pack. I feel like you're doing something, in this new chapter of your life, or this new cycle of your life. It feels like you are pulling away from the pack. So it almost feels like it could be a friend group, right? Or it could be that maybe you're in a class where you now are excelling past where everybody else is. It feels like you are detaching from this emotional thing of, I've got to stay with the pack. It almost feels like the pack. Now that could be family, that could be friends, that could be a friend group or a soul tribe. It almost feels like you were holding back or staying back because you didn't want to leave the pack. You didn't want to make them feel like they were being left behind. The 6 of Pentacles is reciprocal energy. And although I feel like the pack or the group or the friend or the group of friends were giving you practical energy, like whenever you gave to them, they gave back to you. I feel like you've realized that in order for you to be able to take some sort of a fiery, exciting leap of faith in your life that is going to push you forward into this new chapter of your life, it feels like you do have to detach or let go. So I'm going to say with the 8 of Cups here, it makes me feel like detachment is the only way for you to be able to take some sort of a leap of faith. Because as much as this reciprocal energy is great to have in a practical sense, sometimes people will try and keep you with them in this place. Like, I feel like you're really brave. it feels like you're really brave with this fire energy here. It feels like you're really brave and you're ready to move forward. And this is thrilling and exciting, but it's also a little bit scary. I think you're ready to take a leap of faith, but I think that the people that you hang out with, or your family or your friends or your bestie, they're very practical. So they're not people that necessarily take risks. And I think you're about to take a risk. It feels like something that's exhilarating but terrifying. And it also feels like it is something that is going to give you justice. So whatever it is that you're setting out to do, I feel you will accomplish it. But the first step is you've got to step away from the crowd, the very practical-minded crowd, because, fire and earth can mix sometimes, but one grounds the other. And I think that your fire is telling you, go, do it, jump, take a leap. Tell me why the Ace of Wands is here. Let's talk about the Ace of Wands first. Let's talk about what might be exciting that's coming up in the future. I think that you have changed in the way of, I feel like somebody here has taken on a new discipline. And when I say that, it's like you're now going to school, or maybe you're in a class. Maybe maybe it's not a conventional class. Maybe it's like a wrestling school, or maybe it's like a karate class. Do you know what I mean? Like, it feels like it's unconventional. And I feel like the people that you usually give your reciprocal energy to, they are a bunch of practical people. And I just don't think you're there. I think you need some excitement. There we go. The Knight of Wands is here. I think you're ready to be brave, because I think you have a plan. You're ready to, I feel, give energy to a plan. Yeah, you're going for it, friend. It does feel like this Ten of Wands tells me I'm just going to release the burdens that I'm carrying, and I'm going to go for it, because the Knight of Wands is one that, I'm just going to say creates a little bit of instability because they're wanting to go there quickly. And it is bravery, right? You have to be brave to be the Knight of Wands. There we go. We've got the Queen of Cups. So I feel that you, Eight of Cups, are detaching from how other people feel about you, or about your situation, or about what you're about to do, because I feel like you're about to take some sort of a risk, an educated risk, but a risk nonetheless, to do something you've never done before, because something in you has changed. And I think what's changed within you is that you've taken on a new discipline, or you've disciplined your emotions, which is why you're able to detach from them in order to say, I got to put myself first and do what's good for me. I feel like you were carrying around some sort of guilt, or I'm looking at this deep emotional stuff, and it feels like mother guilt, or somebody who is like, I love you, please don't do that. Don't jump out of the plane. You know what I mean? Like, it feels like somebody was holding you back, but you're like, but I have to do it. It's part of my discipline. Like, it feels like somebody here, Queen of Cups, really loves you, deeply cares for you, whether this is a person you're dating, or this is a member of your family, or whoever it is. But I feel like this person was putting their emotional weight on you to keep you in a place so you wouldn't go. But understand, it's not because they didn't want to see you succeed. I think it's because they want to see you thrive. But they they want to wrap you in bubble wrap and keep you safe. Tell me about the Chariot here. We've got the Hermit energy. So there is a discipline going on here, because the Hermit energy is spiritual energy, but it also is looking over the self, right? Virgo's very hard on themselves. They're always looking at how they can be better, or how they can get more details, or, you know what I mean? More information, more analytics. Like, it feels like your discipline might be something that you're trying to get information about in order to be more clear on the details of what you're going to do when you take this leap of faith. We've got the 10 of Pentacles. It feels like you're doing this because this is something that I think you want to do for the rest of your life, or going into the future. This is something that I feel you are pulling back, thinking about it, going over the details. Do I have enough? Am I enough? Am I spiritual enough? Do I have enough light? And it feels like you come to this realization that, yeah, I do. I'm the 10 of Pentacles in this area. I do have enough. I do have enough time. I have enough time, effort. I have enough energy. I have enough money. I have enough health that it's time for me to move forward quickly and get some sort of victory. The 7 of Wands is here. I feel like you're turning your back to everybody else and standing up for yourself and saying, look, I gotta go. I gotta go because my chariot's outside. My ride is here. I have to go. I can't hang around here anymore. So I think that whatever it is that you're about to do is something that you're about to jump into for the long term. Tell me about this Fool energy. What is this exciting leap that Leo is about to take? We've got the Page of Pentacles. So it feels like you are taking something that was in the mind or a feeling and you're making it materialize in the 3D. You're planting a seed. You're deciding, I have to make it real now. I have to take a leap into it. I have to materialize it or create it in the 3D. We have the Four of Cups in the reverse. Look, this is way, way outside your comfort zone. But I don't think that's ever really made you fearful, Leo, because you're brave. Like, Leo is so damn brave. I admire that about you. So I feel like this Four Cups in the reverse is telling me that this is way out of your comfort zone, but you are ready to take a leap. I feel like it's a metered leap because we do have the practicality of the Page of Pentacles, but it's the practicality of a child. Do you know what I mean? It's not necessarily, it's like I'm gonna take this leap and I do have enough information, but I don't have all the information. And sometimes you just need just enough information to be able to take the leap. But I feel like this is way outside your comfort zone. Look, you're going to leap and the universe is going to catch you. So in my mind's eye, I just saw somebody leaping, and as they're free falling, the net opens and catches them. Sometimes the universe will put you on the edge and say, how bad do you want it, Leo? How bad do you want it? Are you willing to leap and take the chance that you could get hurt? Is that what you want to do? Because if you want it, you can have it, but you do have to take a risk or take a leap. And I feel like as you leap, I feel like you are free falling and then the net catches you. I feel like the universe is going to catch you. This is healing. This is balance. This is the moment of alchemy where you decide to step out of your comfort zone and take a leap off the edge. And I think that the universe is catching you, friend. I don't think you're going to have to worry about broken bones at the bottom of the gullet here. I don't think you're going to have to worry about that. I think the universe just wanted you to learn how to be brave. It feels like somebody is somebody who is usually held back by people who are practical. You don't want to do that. You don't want to take that risk. Why would you take a risk when you're doing something that is not doing something that is already working? Why would you fix it if it's not broken? This card reminds me of my parents who would say, get in there and get your 9 to 5. You need to get into there, get your 9 to 5, get your pension, and work until you're dead. And I didn't do that. I did it for a while, and it wasn't for me. Now I live by the edge of I live by the white knuckle method here, being an entrepreneur. Okay, so we have the Devil, we have the Six of Wands, and we have the Star. So I feel as though you will be detaching or pulling away from a friend group or a family member or a friend, somebody who would give you practical advice, somebody that you usually have coffee with, hang out with. The Devil energy is here with the Six of Wands, and the Six of Wands is your energy. It's about people cheering you on. Look, you could maybe be stepping out to be an entertainer. Maybe you're quitting your job to go full time on something that other people would never do. It feels like you have a special skill or something that you've been working on over time, honing this skill. It feels like the Hermit is all about all the details, splitting the hairs. I've got all the information, all the analytics. There's no way that this can go wrong. The Ten of Pentacles tells me that you are about to succeed at something, but your first step is you got to stand up and do it. You can't hope for it and then not take action on it. But the Ace of Wands is here telling you to take action. I think there is somebody special in your life who doesn't want you to go. It might involve you moving. It might involve you, because the Chariot is here, it might involve you going to a different state, province, or country. And I think that there's somebody in your life who gives you beautiful, kind energy, compassionate, practical advice, and they don't want you to go. So I feel like it's really hard for you to let go, to detach, because the Devil is here. I feel like you're very attached to maybe doubt, maybe fear, because this person here is somebody you have a lot of respect for. But look, I feel like your wish fulfillment is going to show up and people are going to be cheering you on. Whatever you're about to do is going to work. This is victory. after a hard time in life. This is about coming back from the war, coming back from the fight and getting the victory anyway, because you're a badass. Like, that's how I feel. Like, the reason that people will tell you don't go do that thing, because they're not a badass like you. I forgot to put down 2 cards. I'm going to put down 2 cards to see what's going on underneath the surface. Tell me what is underneath the surface that Leo cannot see. We have the Queen of Pentacles. Look at that. Stability. Good energy, time management, effort, money, health. The 9 of Cups. Look, it's all that you want. It is wish fulfillment. I feel like it does lead you to your wish fulfillment. Look, I could be talking about a career move. Maybe you are quitting your 9-to-5 job and going all in on a law degree, going all in on being a doctor. Maybe you're taking out a massive loan, 10 of Pentacles, and you're just going to do whatever it is that you're going to do. It feels like somebody has decided to take the leap. Regardless of a person who's kind and practical, I feel like you've taken the leap, and I feel like this is you burning the bridge behind you. You're detaching from emotions and saying, look, I love you, but I've got to do this. I have to do this for me. We're going to go into the extended and we're going to talk more about this. It feels like the person who doesn't really want you to go take the risk, do the thing, don't hurt yourself, is somebody who you grew up with, somebody who's in your family, somebody who is a special friend, a soulmate. It could be a best friend, or it could be someone who feels like family. It could be a loved one. It could be somebody you're dating. But we're going to talk more about that in the extended. If you want to come into the extended, then please look above the comments. There is one pinned comment under every video that I upload. Please click on read more and you'll see that there's a link there for the membership area. If you want to join us there, that's where I will pull this apart further if you're interested in that. I also have a sale on right now for pre-recorded readings, and that only comes once every quarter, so every 3 or 4 months. That's on now until the 4th of May. And so if you're interested in that, please look at the link, the Hypsee link. You can check out all my packages and all my prices that are available. And if you're interested in a live read, then please do that. So you will get between 5 and 75% off. Just go ahead and look at my schedule and book ahead, and we will do that. I'm going to go for now, but I'll be back, as I'm always back, headed into the extension. See you there if you are there, and if not, well, I'll see you next time. Thanks, Leo. Bye-bye.